think Shaggy showers in a tank top.
He might.
Or is Scooby showering and Shaggy's on the outside? No, because there's the water.
It's both.
Why does Scooby look scared, though? What?
Because Shaggy's in the shower in a tank top.
You think he has pants on? I would hope he has pants on. I don't think Scooby wants to see him naked.
He's taking a glimpse of the Mystery Machine.
I
I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com.
I don't think Shaggy's packing down there. I think it's...
We're finding out why he's called Shaggy. This is Shaun from Famous Faces.
I'm really into this comic.
We're pondering the big questions.
Is Robin still speaking backwards? How did they solve this problem?
They eventually beat up Mumbo Jumbo, and it fixes the problem.
Oh, there it is. Oh, because they saved the money. Right.
And this is FFFIC.
The hell it is. Let's talk about Teen Titans.
I'm still sort of recovering.
I'm fine. He's a bitch.
He's fine. I'm a bitch. And the first book is you, by the way.
We're going to talk about Batman?
We can talk about that later. It's at later. Because all of those are the latest.
It's entertaining. Invincible 102. This is so good. Do you care? I don't even care. I was going to ask you about spoilers. But this is Mark's dad, Omni-Man, versus the leader of the Viltrumites. And you find out what that little hidden secret was that everyone pretty much knew what it was that he discovered when Mark was sick. And, oh, the ending's so sweet. It's so cute.
I glimpsed it saw a little bit. I saw Nolan
this is so
come
good.
into his own.
And people were complaining like, "Oh, Invincible!" It just feels like no, don't complain. Just enjoy this. It's 102 issues. It wouldn't make it 102 issues if it was bad. So stop complaining. I got Gardner. Bet you missed me again.
Missed you?
Yeah. I bet he would like to slap me around a little bit though.
Who wouldn't? Really?
I
to
prefer
to know you is to slap you.
I prefer if people buy me dinner before they get that ruffled.
I'm buying you shit.
I'm not asking you to slap me around.
Because you said prefer, which means it's not a requirement.
No, but I mean, if you're going to slap someone around, at least buy him dinner.
Yeah.
Nice.
May get you a lunch.
Give me some flowers.
Justice League
Wine
Dark
and
number
Dynamite.
19, hidden color, is the Unholy House of the Swamp Thing. What the hell with this stuff? But this book continues to be really good, and it's gorgeous. And, yeah, you get Swamp Thing, you get Frankenstein, you get everything. It's just, you get, Dr. What's-His-Face? You get Dr. Destiny. Oh, no. You even get the Flash. It's just, it's like a DCU potpourri. And it's good. Wow, we have a lot of piles here.
We should go through this fast. Batman. Come on.
Just
I like
there
looking
are
at
less
it.
piles. You can play with it later.
It looks pretty.
Batman, he will become Batman. What is this? Batman
That's a
Incorporated
stupid Batman
number 10. He will become a creature of the night. He will become
Azrael back?
Bat, and it's
Why's
not Azrael. It's
That's
this
good.
guy, and it's not good, and it's also not good.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 2.
That was good.
It was really good. I enjoyed this book so much.
That was really good.
I'm glad the Marvel space stuff has it going together.
I may leave Marvel Earth and just go into space.
Yes.
The space books are better.
I'm still not a fan of Iron Man being in it, but other than that, this book is just fantastic. If you
But he
haven't-
worked well in it.
Yeah, he worked well. But if you
I'm
haven't-
more of a fan this issue than I was with the teasers, the hints, and first issue.
Yeah. If you haven't been reading this, go pick it up. It's only 3 issues. It's 0.1, 1, and 2. This is just, it's fantastic. And I wasn't a big Marvel Space fan before, and I'm absolutely in love with this book. And everyone who reads this likes it. We haven't had a single person tell us that's bad. So. Superman 19.
Glory goes to the victor.
Are we?
The new god called Orion.
Is he jealous?
It's
She grabbed his junk.
It's not even that. It's Hector Hammond is in here because Green
Yeah.
Lantern is busy in space.
He's
So his
dead.
villains are like,
Hal's dead.
for like now,
He's dead.
for like a minute and a half.
He's dead.
He's always dead, and he's always better. But
He's dead.
but since they got the whole, it just goes from Green Lantern story to Green Lantern story to Green Lantern story. Hal's other villains have been sitting around going,
He doesn't have other villains. He hasn't
He's
had
got
other
like
villains
3.
in like 6 years.
I know.
Longer than that,
They've all
probably
been sitting
10 years.
around staring at space going, even Hector Hammond's like, come on, I was in the damn movie. Somebody use me. So Scott Lobdell said, I'll use him, and Hector Hammond went. And that's pretty much what happened. And I don't know. Clark shows up at Lois Lane's party like 8 times because every time he shows up, he doesn't really show up. It's Hector Hammond messing with like his head or something. But
I respect you.
But Wonder Woman goes to Wonder Woman goes to Lois Lane's party, but Wonder Woman goes as Diana Prince, and everyone gets to be
cat fight?
No, mostly it's people gawking and going, "Holy crap!" And
is
then
that crazy?
There's all the no. Well,
Man, boring.
Jimmy Olsen drools a little,
Oh,
but
it's Jimmy Olsen.
But yeah, and then Orion decides he's got to beat the crap out of Hector Hammond, like you do, and realizes that whatever Hector Hammond's doing, he decides instead he's got to beat the hell out of Superman. There is a semi-clever reference to the famous song "You Don't Tug on Superman's Cape" because Orion grabs and says "yank," and Superman says, "The cape? Seriously?" And yeah, it's okay. I'll give it okay.
Wolverine the X-Men 28. The dog story's over. We can get back to the Academy and enjoy this book again.
I was still enjoying this.
I hate when they do these stories. I
stories.
hate them. I hate when they do any stories that don't involve the kids in the school.
Well, the kids are like,
but they're fighting some stupid villain that I don't care about. What?
But
put Wolverine's brother in the
ultimately,
Wolverine book.
The new Hellfire Club is now invincible because they've got the greatest, most powerful mutant ever on their new team.
Dupe is not on there. Okay.
They got Glob Herman.
It's not
They
Dupe.
recruited Glob Herman.
Dupe wins every battle.
And Glob Herman gets to get his life sized completely by Sauron of all people.
Look, next time they're back at the Academy, I really want to see what happened with Dupe in that nightclub from like 5 months ago. I've now forgotten.
It should be a miniseries.
Ultimate Spider-Man 22. Holy crap!
Wow!
Sad.
Wow!
This was great.
And it was. I didn't see that.
I did not see this coming at all.
Because
I went
we were
back
all
and looked
looking
up,
over
when
here.
did this happen?
We
It
were all-
happened off panel apparently.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
she took it when there was the fight, and because they had us all looking, and then even in the solicits they said, they keep talking about the next is the Spider-Man No More cover, and they kept talking about since the tragedy, and they had us all looking over here, going, "Oh look,
I just
something
yawned in
gonna
my
happen."
own review. I respect myself. I respect myself so much.
Is something going to happen to him? And while we're all looking, it was like sleight of hand. Michael,
Bendis,
Brian Michael Bendis is like a stage magician.
I need
He's like,
23.
oh, you're looking over here. Oh, look what I did. And
I need 23 right now. All-Star Western number 19.
Jonah Hex.
What if people really want to be surprised by these? You're just ruining them. I don't care about this one.
Boost the gold, baby.
Man.
Oh,
Man.
don't you, man.
Man.
You're not allowed to, man.
Man.
You suck.
What's it going to do? Have
Have
Clint Eastwood endorse
I'm going to buy you dinner later. You getting put.
as long as you buy me dinner.
Get you chicken, a kid's chicken nugget meal.
I remember that conversation.
But
Kick routine for adults.
But
Sorry, inside
it's
jokes.
it's Palmiotti and Gray with Jonah Hex and Booster Gold.
That was seriously really good.
There's no wrong and of course they handle it because they've been writing. How long have they been? How long have the two of them been writing?
At least 19 issues.
Jonah Hex. Jonah Hex, because they wrote.
I'm pretty sure they did that whole run before, and that was 50-something
So
issues.
Jonah Hex responds to Booster Gold exactly the way you think he would, with disdain, sarcasm, and a slight attitude of "What the hell are you supposed to be?" But so good, so good. And the backup story is the
It's really good. As much as I give it, it's still really good.
the Western.
Stormwatch?
Yeah, the Western Stormwatch, and it's the best Stormwatch the new 52 has seen.
This hurts my youth. This hurts everything I've ever read about Flash in comics.
I do like, I can never pronounce it. It's either Marcio or Marcio. I want to say Marcio. Marcio Takara
This
on the
ruins-
art. I like the art.
This ruins everything. I'm not even going to open it because it ruins everything, and we're just not going to acknowledge it.
I opened it, and it ruined everything.
Uncanny X-Men 5. You know how I know I'm done with comics? Or not with comics, with Uncanny X-Men? This comic. I just don't care about Uncanny X-Men.
Magic is one of my favorite characters from forever, and this is a magic-centric issue.
Yeah.
And
I'll stick to Wolverine and the X-Men.
and I like it. I mean, the concept is sort of done before. Basically, every time Magic turns around for 10 minutes, somebody takes over Limbo. The worst thing that ever happens to that poor girl's life is when Belasco linked her mutant teleporting power to Limbo, so she has to teleport to Limbo and back. Because really, if she could just get rid of that, she'd be a lot better off. Because every time it's a revolt, the freaking Warlock's dad went in there and turned the whole place into techno-organic demons one time, and that was a problem. Now you got door removal. What do you do when you go home and find? I haven't been home in a couple weeks. What happened? Oh shit, the dread Dormammu is squatting in... That's not good. You can't call Doctor Strange. You pissed off the Avengers. You just fought him like 2 issues ago. It's a problem.
I just don't care about Cyclops' X-Men. Whatever he wants. I'm like, I'll just stick to Wolverine.
I'll give you that. I do like watching the Cuckoos be absolute bitches to. How can she? They just keep calling her Emma Frost, which I guess makes sense because she's wearing black, so she can't be a White Queen anymore.
Deathmatch number 5.
It's so good. Deathmatch is awesome. Boom is doing a great job with this. The book is gorgeous to look at. The story is brilliant. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'll get back to how awesome that is later in here.
Talon, number 7.
Show them the picture.
Slash Bane.
The Court of Owls commands Bane, sort of, but not really.
Not really.
They don't really command him, but there's a whole... Oh, this book is so good. I can't believe you stopped. This book is so... It's the twists, it's the turns, and our hero may be dead, which, can really kill a book.
Dead.
But, no,
He'll be back.
I'm sure he will. He better be, or I'll cry.
Remember that time
I'll
Batman
cry
died? Yeah, no one else does either.
No, he didn't. Well, yeah, no.
He died.
No, you got shot back through time. Yeah, I don't know, but that was a Grant Morrison thing. You can't really count that.
Jennifer Blood number 26. This ends soon, right? So I can stop mispronouncing it?
I don't think it ever does. But at the moment, for a while, I was really hating this book. I mean, I loved it in the original run, and then it changed, and I hated it. Right now, she's in prison, and I'm kind of liking it again. And
that was pretty violent.
There's somebody wants her out. She's been getting notes. Somebody wants her to break out. And what they've done to facilitate this is, this is going to end badly. They arranged it. The shrink, who's a whole bunch of shrinks came through to analyze this poor girl, and it hasn't worked. She hasn't opened up to any of them. They sent her one that looks just like her, figuring she could relate. But that what's going to end with shrink in jail and or dead, and change of clothes, Jennifer Blood walking out the door. That's where it's headed. But along the way, there are prison fights and things to prove, and someone trying to commit suicide by Jennifer Blood, and Jennifer Blood deciding, well, if you want to die, then screw you, I'm not killing you. I'm just going to make you look like shit in front of everyone in jail. But then other people decide, well, I'm going to kill her anyway.
Jennifer's Blood.
It's so good.
Mask number 6.
It's pretty good. I've liked it so far. It wavers at times, but I like all the stuff that the Dynamite does with all the old, what do you call it, public domain characters.
Do that. Shadow number 12. It makes sense to have them all together.
Don't make any sense when I stack things. I just stack things. Shadow, was it number 12?
That's at 12.
Yeah, it's good.
I was holding that.
I know, I wanted to hold something.
I was Vanna Whiting the shit out of that book, okay? You give me that book back.
Here's what you want. Sometimes I have to look to refresh my memory. I read a whole giant stack of comics on Wednesday night.
I read a stack.
And then
I
have to remember what the hell I'm on about. It's not as great as when it first started, but it's still pretty good. It's got shadowy moments. You ready for this one?
Oh, I'm letting it sink in that you said shadowy moments. Uncanny Avengers number 7.
I don't know. I read it. I really want to like this book because
why read Rick Remender in trades?
I love Rick Remender. I love who did the art? Acuna did the art for this one. Acuna. I like him. I love Havoc, Sunfire, Captain America. These are some of my favorite. I don't know what the hell's in it.
Rogues number 1.
This is really, really good.
Hey, Vanna Whiting.
I know, but I'm tactile. I need to do this. This is Amigo Comics. I ordered a handful of things from them just because the solicits. This book, I said last week that I'm always looking for a fun to read fantasy book. This book is awesome. It's like if someone tried to write a Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser story by turning the Grey Mouser into a crazy little chick and wrote it for say heavy metal. It's just so good.
Red Lanterns number 19.
their greatest enemy is Atrocitus, who orders them to kill him, and then they beat the crap out of him, which makes him regain his hate, but understand their hate. So they, according to him, they've killed the old Atrocitus, and the new Atrocitus is a more hateful, vengeful, but understanding and compassionate Atrocitus. And yeah, they're all apparently. If you they do the channel, turn that around for this, so they know what the hell we're talking about. They do that Channel 52 thing that kind of sums up, the news of what's gone on each yeah, float that over there, Magic Hands. And while they're talking about to tie in for the All-Star Western Booster Gold crossover, they're talking about there's a holiday that no one knows why they celebrate in Gotham. Talking about the first contact that apparently happened in the 1800s in Gotham, and everybody just wears these blue and gold, these blue masks and gold goggles, and talks about, what does Ambush Bug say? This something about this strange visitor's mask and yellow glasses become a cop. He was a star that fell to Earth, and whatever. And it's just funny.
Jupiter's Legacy #1. Nope. Nope.
I read this fully expecting to completely hate it, and I'm sure that because I have faith in Mark Millar to eventually piss me off, I'm sure it will. But so far, I like it. What was the other one that I liked? That heist thing.
Secret Service?
No.
That was Secret. Oh no, it was. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to Secret Service right now.
It was, I forget what the hell it was called. It was like a heist story with superheroes and supervillains. Is it what it was called? Supervillains?
Nope.
Villains?
Nope.
There's something like that. Something.
I'm pretty sure it was Secret Service, dude.
And they went to like Europe, and no, Secret Service is the other one. It's about like Secret Service and stuff. But this, the idea is there were 60s campy, cliche, square-jawed, do the right thing no matter what heroes, and they're still out there, but their kids are heroes now, and their kids are from today's generation of could give a shit, me, glamour, flash in the plan, flash in the pan, I want my money, my bling, my this, my that, and
no one says bling, Sebastian.
My students do.
That's why they're in
that's why they're my students. But
yeah, dude, Secret Service.
It was, yeah, but that's not the one. It wasn't Secret Service. It was the one. What are we looking at? That's not it. The other thing was called something else, and it was, I don't know. And
that's all I knew.
They went to.
I don't know.
But I kind of liked it. I thought it was good.
Princeless #2.
Princeless #2. This book is always good. It's all ages, but it's fun. It's like watching good old style cartoons where your kid can watch it and laugh and appreciate it on a certain level, and you can go through it with them and appreciate it on another level. And that's what my daughter and I do. Even the cover, just mocking the idea of every cover has to have like the super sex stuff. Everybody in this issue, she goes to save her older sister because all the princesses are in towers waiting to be rescued by princes. But the idea of princeless, she decides she doesn't need one, so she rescued herself and is now going to get her sister, along with her little dwarven friend and a bard they picked up along the way. But there are people there's a whole camp of people underneath the base of her sister, because her sister's like the most beautiful woman in the land. So they've got statues and things and carved, and she's complaining that some of them they a little over-sexualized her sister. So for this cover, that all the comics do that. The boob covers that boobs will sell. Well, that's a whole separate item. But so she's tearing through, saying you're bringing the whole art form down just even by doing this, and that was kind of funny.
Teen Titans 19
is gorgeous.
Should have stuck with Nightwing.
But
can we just leave it at that?
But even Eddie Barrows can't make that new Raven costume look good. It's just impossible. And I don't know who the hell's side is. I don't know. It's like Trigon is attacking and Raven is helping him, but Raven might be with the Titans, and Beast Boy is helping Raven because Ravagers got canceled, and Beast Boy makes sense on the Titans even if he's red, which actually sort of makes sense in a New 52 logic.
Just stop breathing and it's not hurting.
But it's got Superboy and Kid Flash, and I want to like them, but they just don't recognize.
I think after 19 issues, you should give up.
I'm not all that bright, and I've read longer crap runs before. Eventually, they put writers on that make sense. Eddie Barrows really goes crazy on that Superboy costume. There's like 80 million little glowy lines, but it's gorgeous to look at. It's just then there's these words.
I'm just going to move on. Young Avengers #4. You got to talk about this. I gave up on this book.
You gave up on this?
Yeah.
I keep half giving up on it and half.
I don't care about Young Avenger problems.
There are scenes there's scenes that are in there for the sole purpose. Like I was reading some other reviews. I won't mention from where, Newsarama. And they act like this book is like the second coming of comics. And tried to compare it to really, really good Marvel books like Hawkeye and Daredevil. And I say thee nay. That's Thor for you. I say thee nay. Because
That's why I don't
while
read those.
because those books, the Hawkeye book and Daredevil, those books are actually really clever and really well done and really different, and they're just naturally done that way.
I wish I could have reviewed Daredevil with you last week.
This book,
That was great.
this book has its moments, but most of the time it's like a bad stage magician, like a stage magician with all the lights on. You can see them trying to be clever. You can see the trick. You can see it's not just, ooh, that was really clever and different. You can see them going, look, I'm trying to do something clever and different. There's a scene with Thor and Captain America in here that's, haha, but doesn't make any sense in character for Thor and whatever. And the idea of,
Tumblr?
like a Tumblr,
Yeah,
but it's, okay, hip dude, glasses, unimpressed bouncer, but really, you're going to tell me that Thor and,
dude, they have
what's his face?
Tumblrs.
And Thor and Volstagg, the voluminous, have tumblers and clever little. That's part of it's too forced in moments.
So,
when it hits its flow, no, I like this. Like every time I think I'm going to drop it.
What is that? What is that? Get that out of
I
here.
decide I'm going to like it, and then by the end it always redeems itself enough because it takes it a while to get into a flow where stuff's just happening naturally. It's all this like, look how just let it go and just write a good story. Don't try to be clever. Just either do it or don't.
That is stupid.
What's that?
The Kate weapon? Nope, done. Don't care. Clone #6.
Or you could just judge a book by the Kate weapon. What the hell's Kate's last name? Bishop?
Bishop.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like he's holding blow dryers. Sorry.
So does Blue Beetle, so I can't judge blow dryer looking weapons.
Clone #6. We got our
Clones is so good. Just read Clones. It's awesome.
East of West #2.
Wow, this book is good.
Told you.
I didn't get the first one because it was all sell-outified. I got the second
You could
printing.
have picked it up. We didn't sell it till Friday. You could have picked it up. Don't lie to me. I remember this. I'm just saying, you could have picked it up. What's your excuse now? Calling you out on the internet. What's your excuse? That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Is I'm a little bitch.
There we go.
And then when I decided to read it, it was sold out. How's that for an excuse? But I got my second printing, which is good with me, and it was so good. And then #2 was just amazing. And
It's fantastic. It's a great hit.
Yeah.
It's a Hickman book without science.
who'd have thought that
Weird.
of all the Four Horsemen, Death could be the sympathetic one? I wouldn't have thought it.
Saw it.
You saw the Avengers. And
Helheim #2 is fantastic.
it's just so good.
It is great. It's if you're expecting a Viking story, a traditional Viking story, no.
Yeah.
Zombie Viking.
It's zombie,
Fantastic.
supernatural, Frankenstein Viking.
Yep. I like that.
With a heart of gold.
Oh, it's so adorable. What happened to the ghost, though? I need more of the ghost Viking.
I know. It's the stuff we need.
So Avengers #10 happened, mainly because they want to catch up with all new X-Men. They want to be on the same number. It's a race between Bendis and Hickman to see who can get books out faster.
There was a Gamma flight.
There's Alpha Flight.
Nah, I think that was Gamma they
I
were
thought they said
doing.
Alpha. Doesn't matter.
Whatever it is, it's gone.
Either way.
And when to go, when to
This book is
go.
awesome. And Mike Deodato drew the hell out of this book, and it was one of the best drawn books this week. I thought this was great. Rachel Rising 16.
So good,
Still
so
creepy.
amazing. Oh my god, this book.
It's a TV show now.
It's gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say. You know, we're gonna have our Invest Comicsy moment. When things say they're gonna become TV shows, they start becoming with the ka-ching. So start hunting down your Rachel Risings. I've got all mine, but
Do you? Because we didn't get 15.
Yeah.
That 15 was damaged as well.
Yeah, I bought the damage one because I'm crazy like that.
Scarlet.
But no.
I was on flow.
I was gonna say. But yeah, this part of the story,
Lilith
Lilith does a little talk up. The creepy priest gives the sometimes possessed evil girl a bone-handled knife, and we've got more of them trying to figure out why Jet's memory is missing a whole lot of stuff because Jet doesn't realize that she's also been possessed. So, you know, this stuff happens.
Scarlet Spider 16. Yes, this covers from Superior Spider-Man like 2 weeks ago.
But, oh my god, Scarlet Spider continues. This issue is...
I heard they were canceling it.
Shut your face!
No, I'm serious. I heard they were canceling it.
Well, you tell me this every like 3 months, so I'm not...
I'm not going to be surprised.
You're like the little boy who cried Spider.
Dude, the book's not selling. I don't know why they're keeping it. I'm not trying to be a dick. I keep hearing they're going to cancel it.
But I keep hearing that it's the best Spider book in the entire universe.
I heard Young Avengers was
this story.
Is that Blake Griffin? Let's play Griffin in that book.
This story, I don't know. This story is Armadillo in a love story in Texas, and at the rodeo, and it's so good because it's great when they can put a character out of their element. And when you take Kane, try and make him a superhero, even though he hates being called a superhero, and you end up putting him in a situation where he thinks he finally gets to just beat the shit out of something, and instead he has to kind of counsel, you know, become like a relationship crisis counselor on a horse.
Was that Armadillo on a horse?
He was on a bull, but he was calling it a horsey because he's drunk.
Star Wars Legacy number 2.
Continues.
Han Solo's daughter. Granddaughter.
Great bajillion greats granddaughter.
All you need to know.
Continues to be awesome. 2 issues in, it's like one of my favorite comics they've ever done in the Star Wars world. So good, so good.
New Avengers 5 happened, and I didn't need my PhD to understand this issue. So it was a good issue. I enjoyed this.
I understood it enough to know that I don't think I'm going to be reading New Avengers anymore. I feel nothing.
I feel confused almost every issue, but it's still enjoyable. Trades, let's do this real quick.
All
We're
right.
running out of time.
The trades we got from Renegade Arts. We've got Shame Volume 2. This is called Pursuit. All right. We've got Virtue, the daughter of Shame. She used to be the mother of Shame, but now she's the daughter of Shame. It happens. It makes sense if you read this in the first one.
What about Alabama?
No, it's more of a swap-a-roo. And they meet...
Boobies.
There's boobies all over the place. She meets Merritt, who Merritt is a bit flawed as heroes go, but it's so good, and it's creepy, it's sexy, it's dark, it's fantasy, it's just so good.
Shadow Man, graphic novel 1 through 4.
Valiant can't do anything wrong. This is so good. Buy this, read all this stuff.
Deathmatch Volume 1.
I told you I was going to get back to it. Number 5 is out. This reprints 1 through 4. You can buy this and number 5 and be up to date. It is so good. Only $9.99. Both of these trades are only $9. In fact, all 3 of these. This is my This is my $9.99 extravaganza. All right, look at all these 9s. There's so many 9s. There's actually 9. 3. That's 9 9s. There's $9.99, $9.99, $9.99. Look at this. Somebody should play that in like Lotto or some shit.
You don't get to play anymore. So, I haven't had a chance to read most of these. I was planning on doing this next week with Sebastian.
The nice people, the nice people at Diamond sent me a handful of the free Comic Day editions to review, so you can have an idea of what looks good or what looks not.
The internet's going to hate me even more during these. It's fantastic. This is amazing.
I didn't like the first part.
has a bowler cap.
I didn't like the bat part.
It's so great.
I love the Todd
Knock. The crap out of this show.
The Todd Knock Teen Titans Go.
Robin speaks back.
It's a reprint from the old Teen Titans Go comic, which was based on the Teen Titans cartoon, which have now both combined to become the Teen Titans Go cartoon, because it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
Absolution. It prints the first issue from the first series as well as a preview for this new series. This is Dexter as a superhero.
Oh,
so if you enjoyed Dexter, read this book.
Yeah, so good.
Walking Dead is also Black History Month.
It's the antidote for everyone who's complaining that in the TV show, anytime someone, a black character shows up, they die.
Look, there's 3 of them.
And a previous black character has to die.
Okay,
but this one,
I'm going to give a spoiler on this because, this happened. I don't care. They're all, only one of them survives on this page. Only one of them.
It's true. You've got a Michonne story. You've got a...
It might be her that survives.
You've got a Michonne story. You've got a Tyrese story.
It's not him that survives.
You've got a what the hell's the
governor story.
The governor story.
He's still alive in the TV show, not so much the comics.
And then is Virgil the guy's name?
Morgan.
Thank you. I knew it was an ERP.
He's awesome. He doesn't survive.
You've got a Morgan story. They're all just really, really good and just great. This was awesome. This is again from Action Lab. With you've got a Princeless story in there, but you've also got Molly Danger story previewing the upcoming hardcover Molly Danger story graphic novel, which is written, created, and drawn by Jamal Igle. So good. So fun, so gorgeous, so amazing. That's a so's.
Stan Lee made a book about kids with powers. It sort of looks like Absolution for kids.
It's
minus the blood.
Chakra the Invincible is it takes place in Nabai. He's an Indian kid who can control. He's got supreme control over the chakra to the point where it gives him powers. The beginning part is kind of a very explain the character, much more tell you than show you. Then there's a little bit, there's like an interview with Stan Lee, a little look at some characters. Then there's an actual story in the back. All in all, I'd say it's okay. Tis not great, but tis not bad. It's just okay. Strangers #1 is.
I'm going out on a limb here because it's Oni Press, and they tend to produce things that make them money later. You might want to pick this up, even if you don't like it. Just pick it up.
It was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing. I'm going to pick up this. This is issue #1. So if you get this, then issue #1 comes out. You won't have to buy that. You can wait straight till issue #2 comes out in July. But the idea is it's the '60s. They're a secret team. They fight like almost like I guess the best way to describe it is sort of the Doom Patrol meets like James Bond. There's a group called Occult. They got all the little dots, so it's OCCULT, and these guys are out to stop them. They're called the Strangers because they just show up and do what needs doing. Each one of them has their own little individual powers. They got to keep their gloves on because their hands can do their hands are their powers come through their hands or whatever. And their idea is that they save the world from the strange, so they are the Strangers. And it was okay, and I'm hoping that #2 really sinks the hook for me.
Endangered Weapon B.
It's pretty good. It's a
Weapon A.
The idea is
seriously, where's A?
There is no A.
Well, then what?
Because
does it explain that?
No,
I need an A.
It's got a squid squad.
So
and they're just like these sentient squid, controlled by this
like
guy who's
movie?
upset that his mother was deaf, his father was congenitally stupid, so he ends up with this very hard to pronounce name. His dad was the world's worst fisherman and ends up getting eaten by a giant carp.
Speaking of the next sci-fi movie,
the Squid Squad, and they just show up and do these little things.
Speaking of the next sci-fi movie, have you heard about Sharknado?
I have not, but I'm hooked. That's it. That's all I needed to hear.
Sharknado. That's my contribution during the rest of this.
This is what's the company on this one?
Fubar.
It's Fubar Press, naturally, and Fubar Press is doing Fubar, which
Crazy.
is basically it's zombie stories throughout history. So you've got like George Washington versus zombies.
Figure out the problem by now.
You've got George Washington versus zombies. You've got Nazis dropping not bombs but just capsules filled with zombies on London. You've got a story in the end here by Chuck Dixon, who writes basically it's Patton versus zombies in Mexico. So really, you can't get any better than that.
Damsel's Mermaid. I call this Anson.
Hi, Anson. It's got girl. But yeah, Damsel's Mermaids is good. I've liked the Damsel series itself. This is getting ready for the sequel, which is called Damsel's Mermaids. Go figure. In this, you've got basically the Little Mermaid and the Star Wars Tin Soldier, and it was a really good story. And
I respect you.
It's good.
Red 10, number 0.
I love the Red 10 book. This.
Oh, it's a crossword puzzle in the back.
There is, and you can win prizes for doing the crossword. You can do the crossword, you got to decode the things and go to the site, and all the answers can be found in the book, and you can win for yourself and for your store.
There's amazing.
Your local comic shop, you can get a copy of this graphic novel.
That's cool. There's a maze in here. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's a maze in there that is actually even part of the story. Is the maze you got to do that? But yeah, this continues, or this is kind of a prelude to the Red 10 series, in which this guy, the oxymoron, commits the ultimate crime and then kills himself, so they can't really question him about it, and they've got to do kind of like a what was it? It was originally called 10 Little Indians. I forget what they call it now, but it was a Agatha Christie, and it's kind of like that, kind of like a sealed room murder, this murder mystery, and it was just really good. So those are some of your picks for Free Comic Book Day. And
there's a lot more.
There's a lot of
that
stuff.
we'll try.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff, and we'll review some as Free Comic Book Day rolls around.
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
That was a long time. I don't know if you're even still watching this internet. I left like 10 minutes ago.
Night.
Bye.